Alright, welcome to another episode of DC by Night. This is a vampire meeting. They've decided to call it because there have been a few new vampires come into the city, and they feel that it's in the best interest of everybody to get this meeting going, discuss what's currently going on in the city, and see what steps can be taken to remedy that. Uh, the fourth floor of the box is closed down. It is specifically for the meeting itself, so everybody is still to go to the box. Fourth floor.
Fourth floor. Okay. Can do.
Everybody is still checked. They still have to put their weapons, turn their weapons in, so on and so forth. But you get up to the fourth floor. I mean, there's still plenty of security and everything. At the long table that's set put in the middle of the room, all the other tables have been cleared away. The long table in the middle of the room, you see this creepy bastard sitting at the head of it, a thug-like one next to him, and it looks like, if you're counting, every Primogen is accounted for. I just don't have time to put all their pictures. So, as your characters arrive, you gotta let me know.
Okay, well.
Yeah, right.
I'll get there nice and early, I guess. And Veronica walks in. She's dressed casually. She's jeans, t-shirt, baseball cap. Still the Washington Senators cap.
Okay.
And she comes in and she looks around. And she says, hello, everyone.
They all just kind of nod.
And
if you're not a Primogen, you don't get to sit at the table. Basically everybody else is just kind of like a, spectator. So they kind of nod. They all, your Primogen kind of, nods respectfully to you. The others are just kind of like, and then
I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Well,
so is there other places to sit then?
Yes.
Okay. I sit.
They put a ring of seats, a semicircle of seats around the far end of the table. All the heads are at one, and it's just like a ring of seats. And then there's one chair that sits in the middle between the ring and the table, which is basically like the speaker's chair. So whoever speaks
would be the prince's chair, but there's apparently no prince.
No, the prince's chair is actually where the creepy Nosferatu is sitting right now.
Oh, okay.
But there is no current prince.
Dun dun dun.
So does that make Nosferatu the regent or something?
He is actually the harpy. He's currently basically the acting seneschal.
Okay.
Because they don't even have a seneschal. That's it. That's one of the other things that has to be spoken about in this meeting. They need some kind of leadership.
So Isabella arrives precisely when her Primogen told her to, on the dot. Walks in, has no weapons to be checked.
Yeah.
She comes up, goes, basically just lets Mrs. White know she's there, and then takes up a position, not quite like standing like rudely close, but very obviously making her affiliation known as just like seated or behind her.
Gotcha. Okay.
She probably has like her laptop bag slung over her back still, just tapping on her phone.
Okay. You would see as the rest of the clan members, for the various clans, kind of pile in. Everybody kind of wait. Ryan, I assume Chase shows up.
I literally just asked if I was invited, but yeah, Chase will arrive 5 minutes late, and he'll like do a burnout in front, or like pulling up like an asshole.
Okay. Well, outside they don't really care. You want to act like an idiot, you can act like an idiot. You have to deal with the DC cops. Good luck on that. But yeah, so, okay. You come in, it's the same thing. You still have to go through the front door, get checked, turn in your weapons, so on and so forth. And then you're told to report directly to the 4th floor. No stopping, specifically, is what your mentor said.
Ooh. I guess.
Okay. As everybody comes in, since it's going to be it, there's one other player who is sleeping right next to me. I'm not going to make her. So our
Is
characters
this kindred only, or like ghouls allowed as well?
right now, it's just specifically kindred. Ghouls
Okay.
there are only certain ghouls that are allowed.
Well, definitely not mine then.
New. They have ghouls specifically set up to be like the servants and stuff for this particular game.
Right. Okay.
The guy in the big picture that I have, that's George. He's the Harvey of the city. The other guy, obviously, Chase, you know, that's your prime agent, Arthur.
Yeah.
Most of you, by the way, Josie and Joey, you were given descriptions by your mentors / sires / prime agent as to what the others look like. So as you kind of take a look around, every prime agent is present here at this point.
Okay.
The odd person that you notice is kind of standing behind Yasmin. You guys would know him better. But let's see. Thankfully, I fixed all this and put it all in alphabetical order. Maybe. That's the gentleman you see kind of standing behind Yasmin. He's just staying quiet. Mm-hmm.
I'll walk in and like pick a spot where like quite a few kindred are mingling, I guess. Not the primogens, like some of the lower level, and I'll just like try to start a conversation with, oh, coach's meeting, gnarly.
Call 11, assist fire department.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing they just look at me with disgust.
They just kind of
Alarm,
roll their eyes, like, you know, almost like they're kind of used to it with Bruja. So, you know, they're only gathering your clan at this point because of the way you're acting. You definitely don't strike them as Gangrel right now, but, you know, things can change. Gangrel and Bruja do tend to sometimes act a lot alike. So
Except for me.
yeah, you're different. You're the special Bruja.
Yeah.
They give you the helmet and everything.
Aww.
As long as it's a football helmet.
It's that specially padded football helmet.
Sweet. Want to protect the dome.
Yeah.
That's
As
right.
everybody finally, you know, settles down, and you can tell, it's obvious, Chase, for you, since you're kind of mingling with some of the ones who haven't sat down yet, that they all just kind of disperse and go to their separate seat. You notice that they tend to sit, you know, they tend to group their chairs behind what you're gathering is probably their primogen. Total, by the way, for everyone's knowledge, there are 5 clan members per clan in this city. And that's counting the bloodline of the White Candle.
There are what?
Whoa.
5 clan
How
members
many?
per clan. 5 clan members for
Okay.
each clan. Each Camarilla clan, that is.
There must
Does
be
that
like
include-
50 people here.
Yeah. There's quite a few. But this is, you know, it's the Box. It's a huge nightclub, so it can hold a shit ton more than this. There, I'll actually give you this is a generic picture of what the closest I can find that the Box nightclub would look like. That. Clear that. Actually.
Me like.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. That's about the closest representation I can find for what the Vox nightclub would look like. A giant Gothic cathedral turned nightclub.
2226, 220th Street, 2226, 220th Street. Loud music coming from that house.
Oh man, loud music.
I'm not on shift. I'm on station watch. I'm watching a guy sleep right now. Now I thought about walking over there and offering a blanket, but it's like 80 degrees in here, so I don't think he needs one.
Hey, dude, you chilly? No?
Well,
I'll
at
take
some
a blanket anyway.
point I'll have to physically get up and like talk to him for like 10 minutes, but I'm gonna hold that off for a minute.
Right, put that off as long as
Bring
possible.
in,
Right.
let's see. Isabella, that lady that you see in the picture, yeah, you don't like her. You can guess who she is.
Premier Primogen
Bingo.
or Regent.
She's the Tremere Regent, yes.
She looks like a total babe. I should mac on that.
You notice my
that would be
character
hilarious.
sneering a little bit.
Yeah, the Tremere are not well liked within the clans. Their nickname
Isabella
is the
just
Usurpers for a reason.
watches. Isabella is just unnaturally still while she's watching the Tremere Primogen.
The one thing you notice is your Primogen, Isabella, does not seem to be fazed by her at all. And ironically, they are sat across from each other. So, like, she is sitting there staring at, your Primogen. Your Primogen's just, like, blowing her off like she's, a little fucking hole.
Every 5 seconds on the dot, as Isabella's watching her, her eyebrow just lifts infinitesimally and goes back down. Just every 5 seconds on the dot.
Oh, thanks, Chad. I appreciate it.
Sorry, was the alarm coming from the systemic unit or just general?
Oh, you got ice in it? Gross.
General reaction apartment building.
Yeah, it melts. It'll be all watered down.
The other guy. Who the fuck is the other guy? I forgot his name.
That's
Sorry, that was
Corleone.
a little out of character talk.
That's Arturo. He's just one of the piss fans. I clicked on the wrong picture.
Arturo, pissant, huh?
He's one of the piss fans.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's Giovanni?
No, he's actually Ventru, ironically.
Creepy.
Yeah, creepy. Where is George?
Did anyone show up after me?
Yeah, a few people did. Why? Because they fucking can. However, there's at least someone you guys recognize.
Section, you're clear from there.
He actually sits in the back with the rest of the group. He's just listening.
It's Jonathan.
Mm-hmm. That would be Jonathan.
15th of Jeffrey.
I think his name is Jahan.
I'm not going to try.
Jonathan.
Yeah, it's French.
Jonathan. Because of it's spelled. But yeah, everybody's there. Basically, George, the Nosferatu, calls a meeting to order. All right, let's get everything out of the way first. There have been direct attacks against the kindred in this city. They have all since just gone missing. All attempts to locate them has been for naught. Nothing, we are getting no information. We have various units out searching and trying to gather any kind of intel. So, for those of you who wish to curry favor with maybe the Primogen or those higher up, I'd recommend you might want to get involved. He kind of looks at the all the other, regular pissing guys and my players. He just kind of scans the room, just looking at everybody. He stops at Jonathan, has a curious look, but says nothing, and just keeps going.
Does it say anything about me texting during this meeting?
No, there's a bunch of people texting. As long as you're at least half listening is all he really cares about right now. He's a nice guy, too. They do that all the time, too. You actually can see the Primogen on the side texting a shit ton. I'm probably going, God, this meeting sucks. This is so boring.
Everybody be texting.
I was told there'd be beer or beverages.
George makes a motion. One of the servants comes by, puts down a mug of, well, beer, but it looks a little darker than normal.
Oh, sweet. Craft brews.
You could say that.
Do I like it?
It's got blood in it. That's the only thing. It's a normal beer just with blood in it.
What does Chase like it?
It's generic, so I mean you're like, I've had better, but hey, it's something to drink and it's free. They're not charging you.
Okay.
Got blood in it.
It's got blood in it. You're getting your fill for that.
Where you at?
There's really, since there's nothing else.
There's a fire call? Whatever.
Since there's nothing else to much to report on that, that's pretty much how we aren't going to leave it. Your Primogens will be discussing with you afterwards any ideas they may have. They will then bring it to us, and we will begin.
Is there going to be like a floor open to questions type of thing?
11, I need you back to the fire scene and request.
Once we are done with everything,
okay.
She goes, yes, there will be.
Okay.
Once everything has been said and done and we get everything out of the way, there will be a chance for anybody to ask questions.
Oh.
Arthur just kind of looks at you, just kind of smiles. Hey, Bruja representing, fuck them.
Well, yeah, like I would shoot my hand up like I was in class, and then I'm assuming he'd be like, "Oh, we'll answer questions later," and I'll be like, "Oh."
Yeah, pretty much. Anytime you do,
I don't know how long these guys is fixed. I gotta go directly to Public Works. There's 2 of these vehicle burglary suspects. They're going westbound on 223rd Street from Palm Creek.
Sorry, guys, I'm trying to keep.
May be watching, yeah, for any who may be watching, if you haven't figured it out, Ryan is a real-life police officer, so he's currently on duty, and he's but you know he's a gamer, so you know he's fucking working and gaming, so you know I can't argue with that. Don't like it, I don't care, honestly. And George looks. The next order of business, and this will really mainly be focused with the Primogen because they'll have to do the decision, but they will probably speak with you guys as well. If any of you haven't been made aware, I will tell you now. There is no prince as of right now. I am the Harpy. I am currently the acting prince for now. We don't even have a seneschal. Both those positions are currently being debated on as to who would fit. If one of the Primogens moves up, that means one of your clanmates has the ability to take that spot of Primogen and have some say within the council. He looks. I think that's everything. Oh, for those who are new to the city, there is an uneasy alliance between us and the shifters. Pretty much it's one of those, we leave them alone, they leave us alone, and, you know, day-to-day shit is our own stuff to deal with. Anything that might affect both of us is where your heads, aka your Primogens, or myself, or the sheriffs, will speak with representatives from the Shifter Nation in order to facilitate cooperation between the two groups. If you take it upon yourself to work with others, we are not going to disagree with it. We would just recommend you be very careful. Seeing as how the shifters tend to be temperamental. At the end of this meeting, everyone will be given the information from myself, I as the Harpy, and the contact information for the sheriffs. You should already have your Primogens numbers. If you don't, once this meeting is over, I recommend doing that immediately. But before we actually break this meeting and go off into teams, I will open the floor to questions. Anybody may ask any question. And kind of looks around. And then he kind of looks at you, Chase. Mister, I got questions.
Ryan, you got to unmute.
He may
I
be,
guess you have to do a thing.
yeah, I was going to say he might have said that right, so. Okay,
I have a question.
please, just state your name. You don't have to state your clan affiliation if you don't want to, but just state your name so everybody at least can know a first name, and then ask your question.
I think I figured it out. Sorry, I don't know how I muted.
Oh, I didn't do it, so you probably did on you.
Yeah, I haven't even touched my phone. It just might have blanked out. Chase Benson. I'm a fucking red dude. Sorry. So, like, how many of our bros are gone, and then, like, how long has this been, like, happening for?
It's only been happening for the past couple of weeks, and a total amount of kindred that have disappeared from the city is 10.
Whoa. Is it, like, spread amongst different clans, or is, like, one clan more affected?
So far, it's been spread amongst every clan. No clan here has been unaffected. Actually, I have to take that back. There is one bloodline that has not been affected. He looks to the white candle. She just kind of shrugs and has a wicked smile on her face. But seeing as how they handle their affairs, I'm not surprised.
Interesting.
The Tremere Primogen glares at her.
I don't know who I'm sitting next to, but I'm like, maybe we should, like, hang out with those bros.
One of the bros like, yeah, it might be a good idea. I mean, they are, they hate the Tremere as much as just about everybody else in this room.
When the Tremere glares at the white candle, I just grin fiercely.
Actually, the only other clan that hasn't been affected is the Gangrel, and that's just because I think nobody wants to push that button. Bruja, I think you only had one. The clan that was affected the most was the Ventru, actually. I mean, the Ventru Primogen just kind of looking all pissy. Everybody else is kind of giggling.
I think out of character I would know this. Was the prince part of that, or is that, like, a totally separate thing?
Do what?
The prince, like, dying or missing, right?
The prince has gone missing. No one's real sure what happened to him. He just...
Are you still following them, or what you got? They just are going west on 223rd from Navajo.
Sorry, Ryan, I had to do that. That blasted into my eardrum. You can unmute yourself, Ryan. I just wanted to... Didn't need the radio in my ear. For some reason, that's coming especially
Yeah,
loud.
sorry. These fucking clowns act like the radio is a fucking cell phone.
All good, man. But yeah, he goes, yes, the prince was actually one of the 10 originally. We're chalking him up as one of the 10 taken at this point. As I said, the Ventru suffered the biggest hit with 3 of theirs missing. As you can see, they've obviously replenished their ranks. But as of right now, we are under the assumption that the 10 kindred that are missing have met with final death.
Bro.
Until we are given evidence otherwise, that is the conclusion we must reach. Because most of the ones that were taken would not go without a fight.
I'm going to raise my hand again.
One moment, Chase. We have others who wish to ask questions.
Righteous, righteous.
He looks over to Veronica. Please.
Have you heard whether this is happening to the other supernaturals in the city, such as the werewolves?
We have
Bro, I was
heard
going to ask that.
there are unconfirmed reports that the shifters have also taken the same type of hit. Nothing is confirmed yet, as we have not been able to facilitate a line of communication. Obviously, we are currently working towards that. You say, hey, everybody kind of turns and looks behind you, Veronica.
At
You see
Jonathan?
Jonathan with his hand raised. Any other questions, ma'am? George, here.
Maybe later. Go on.
Fair. Jonathan, for those who don't know, those who haven't been in the city very long, this is Jonathan. He runs the Arcane Bookstore. It is open 24/7. It does cater to... Well, it is open 24/7, so that way we can make trips in there if we wish. I believe, last I heard, Jonathan, please correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that you are in Elysium, but not an officially recognized one yet.
505.
He nods. Name's Jonathan. It is an unofficial museum. I enforce my own rules. I refuse to... No offense to anybody in this room, but I refuse to let any of you guys control my shit. But it is... We do welcome all. I will say that the shifters are also experiencing the same issue. I can confirm that rumor. The shifters are currently in the process of attempting to fix that. They are researching. They have a couple of leads that they're looking into that might be a possibility. There's rumors of the Society of Leopold. I have since checked. That is just a rumor. Someone was using their symbol as a fear tactic, which means they know enough about us to know how people react to that particular symbol. I will say there are some individuals within the city that are of questionable character that we are currently looking into, but I cannot say for certain whether they are responsible or not. Very well. Jonathan sits back down. Looks around. Anybody else have any questions that they need to ask at this point? Chase,
No.
since you're eager to ask questions, do you have any more?
Bro, you covered it, man.
Very well.
Covered it.
I
looks around.
have a final question then.
Yes, Veronica.
For those of us who do wish to cooperate with the werewolves, what should we do?
Well, apparently Jonathan has a way to get a hold of... as everybody kind of looks at him, he kind of nods. I have a way to get a hold of people if they wish to make a joint venture with him into solving this issue. I do believe both groups are affected by the same problem, and I do believe that problem is going to be much bigger than we expected.
Then pooling our efforts would only be a natural thing to do, even if it's unnatural for our specific types of supernatural, as it were.
Relation 23, 34187. 34187.
Not to mention, it sounds like they have some useful information that could benefit us, so if we're to cooperate with them, we might be able to find out what they know.
Shut up, cat. It's my turn. My cat's turn to be a pain in the ass.
That's cats for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, if that is all, and if there are no more questions, I will call this meeting adjourned. I do recommend you each talk to your individual Primogen. If you wish to speak to other Primogen, you're more than welcome. The sooner we can get all this taken care of, the better off it is for everyone. The Primogens will also be speaking with you about who their clan thinks would make a good prince, or who their clan thinks would make a good seneschal, so on and so forth. That is all. He stands up and walks out.
So, like, do we clap or just break
It's a brouhaha, they all just kind of say, nah, it's done, man. That's pretty much how it goes. They try and keep it short, sweet, to the point. They don't feel the need for unnecessary, ridiculously long meetings about bullshit.
Is the sheriff Gangrel?
One of the
Yeah.
sheriffs is.
I thought I remembered that.
One sheriff is Gangrel, one sheriff is actually Bruja. Just so you know.
Yeah. Sorry, can you guys mute me for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. Alright,
I guess I'll go over to my Primogen then.
Okay. You're a Gangrel, right?
That's correct.
I just had to remember. Jonathan does stick around for those who are curious.
Isabella is going to see Jonathan.
Okay.
She
there's your
basically
Primogen.
gives Miss White a polite nod and then heads over to Jonathan.
She doesn't stop you. She's not worried about it. White Candle, thankfully, they are very open with each other about many of the things going on. So, I mean, you knew all this ahead of time. The only thing they were having problem with was working out the arrangement with the Nosferatu. So,
No. Actually, I will, as I notice Isabella going over to Jonathan, I notice that Jonathan's staying there. I'll say, do you mind? I'll be back in a minute or two.
That's fine. I'll be right here.
She goes to join Isabella and Jonathan.
Okay. Jonathan looks at you two. What can I do for you, ladies?
I was wondering, you got a job opening by any chance?
I'm always looking for help.
Good. I don't even need to be paid. I think that's a
Well, you
bit
get paid
of an
anyway.
incentive over that.
You get paid anyways, but, I don't want the IRS coming by. They suck.
Her mouth forms this perfect lake, and she goes, "Oh, how wonderful! You truly are generous, Mr. Jonathan."
It's all in money.
Well, I was
He's so
hoping.
casual about it.
I was hoping I could do something maybe with your computer system. Maybe update it, work on that. It's kind of my thing.
You could try, but I'd go through a private company to get the computer system so they keep it updated. I mean, if you want to add a few twists and turns of your own, you're more than welcome. They are my computers, so I mean, we can do with them as we please.
She just has a twinkle in her eye. Oh, I know all the tricks, Mr. Jonathan. That I can assure you. As she says that she just looks him up and down, like not too slowly, just fairly like slowly looks him up and down. And then she turns to Veronica.
Veronica's smirking when you turn to her.
I don't know. I'd have to look.
And how are you doing, Miss Veronica?
It's fine. Sounds like we have the beginnings of a plan in regards to what to do about these probable deaths. So,
yeah, as I said in the meeting, the shifters do have a couple. They at least have one name that they're currently checking out. not sure whether it's connected or not, but they have found some odd things that don't seem quite right with him, so they're going to look more into it. I'm sure they wouldn't mind additional help.
What
Do you
name?
mind passing that name on? Yeah.
He kind of looks around, he writes it down on 2 pieces of paper, hands one to each of you.
Isabella sees it, and she goes, "Oh boy, do I have a present for you. Got a phone number I can text or email?"
He hands you his business card.
She looks at it, and she just pulls out her phone, writes up a quick email with the data packet that she collected last time, and sends it off to him.
Okay. You see him get it, he just puts it away for now. Doesn't even look at it. But yeah, so they are actually, they have a small little group together. This is going to make things interesting since it's your characters. What I'd probably recommend is you guys do what you can through your various sources. The shifters have, most of them are new, at least new to the area, so they don't have a lot of contacts, so actually you'd probably be the best one. I can be a go-between if you'd feel more comfortable that way. They trust me. I have no issues with them.
Yes, I don't need any fur in my mouth tonight.
Yeah.
I'll let you stick to that.
That's fine. But I can be like a go-between for you guys, so that way you can keep in touch. If you guys do need to meet for face-to-face, I can set it up within my building.
Personally wouldn't mind creating a closer relationship with the guru.
Okay. Like I said, we can gladly set something like that up. I mean, just let them. Damn it, he had me looking for something. I hate you, Adam. You suck. He goes, yeah, we'll set something up. Figure it out. Ooh, that one's iffy.
I didn't expect you to look them down, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I read what you said, but that one is real iffy. Mainly due to the fact that doesn't usually last very long in the city. Those particular ones are destroyed usually on site because of the danger.
Roger that. I'll keep that in mind.
If you want to try it, it's possible. There have been very few examples of where that was allowed to survive, but they were fully protected. I think the one example is in a finite book where it was protected by data.
Right. That's what I was basically saying. That's what I was doing in this conference.
I'm going to hook over here. Reference CR160774.
I'm not worried about you guys, flirting in character. It's not a big deal. I'm assuming they are, because they're going to be female, so they're going to try and, earn brownie points or whatever. I think flirting will work. You guys, I mean, if you want to roll your dice instead of saying, instead of doing the flirting, you can do that. You don't actually have to say it.
I mean, my character is not really much of a flirt anyway, so I'm not that worried about it.
Chase is.
Chase flirts with
Yeah.
everything.
I mean, we don't need every character to be flirty, so I'd like to be the exception to that rule.
Would get a little overwhelming after all. Jonathan looks at everybody.
Who do you need me to flirt with, bro?
He looks between
Direct him in
Isabella
a direction, and he will flirt in a direction.
He looks between Isabel and Veronica. Depends on when you guys want to set up a meeting. Out of character wise, since it's your alternate characters, You can
standby lot
choose whether you
13's
play
dialing
one or
me.
the other at the time of the meeting. It's up to you guys. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. So you guys got to let me know. Basically, if I do another shifter scene and you want to bring in your vamp, we can set that up.
Yeah, Helena can be busy doing something or
Yeah,
other.
I mean, there's plenty of things you can have your other character doing for,
She
that.
can be making jerky all day for some reason. Maybe she killed a deer.
She's bored. Want to get, want to be the best jerky maker in the world.
She's gonna be damn good at making jerky. All right.
I'm gonna
That
give her a
gives me an
special
excuse
skill.
Oh yeah, take the cooking skill now.
And give her a special skill cooking, and then do a specialty jerky.
Jerky. I make the best jerky.
Well, they give you an easy.
That would be kind of funny to give her the cooking skill because, I mean, she can only. I mean, I've thought about it, and it's like it doesn't say that she can't eat things other than meat. It just says that she derives no sustenance from them, so she has to eat meat.
Yeah.
So she could probably eat vegetables if she wanted to.
She could. It
She would
wouldn't
just
be really. Yeah, it wouldn't fill your stomach.
It'd
It'd be
Yeah.
like eating
And it-
grass.
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
much.
it'd probably give her the shits too.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I always found funny is like when people make shifters, they forget like simple things like cooking or making campfires, stuff like that. I mean, you can go under certain, that goes under certain things like crafting. I think officially counts as cooking, campfires and stuff. But I always thought that was weird. I'd always want to do a separate one just for that, just because.
I don't know. I think creating a fire would be a survival thing, personally.
It could be under that too. Yeah, that's
I
one of those
guess
where it
I
has
could
like 3
see
categories. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got like 3 categories.
Oh, 11, cancel that hook.
Yeah, so when you guys want to set up the meeting between a vamp and the shifters, just let me know. Or next time I do a shifter scene, if you guys want to bring in your vamp instead, that's fine. We can easily find an excuse why they're doing the one thing.
I know a shifter.
Jonathan knows it's several. Yeah. There are plenty of people, and actually, I would prefer PCs do the introduction between the groups. Although Chase is still Chase only knows of one shifter, and that one I don't think he ever wants to go near again.
Well, no, because I know the girl form
I was
is a
gonna say.
shifter.
You know she's a shifter, but you don't know she's the same one as the
Right, I don't know if she's the same one, and I don't think
so
I
you do
have
know.
his number, quote unquote. I have her number.
Yeah, I think you do have her. Okay. Which is
That's funny.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. One of the few shifter races that can take gender bending.
I mean, I could text her and be like, so, like, how's the hangover?
You're good.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily set up a meeting between the groups. That's not too hard. I mean, if you guys want to do that, in character, that's why I have the cross venue blue booking section up, so that way if you guys want to contact so and so, you just gotta let the players know that hey, my character's texting X, so they know to respond.
I mean, if we have another scene at the bookstore, for example, that would to be totally reasonable if the shifters were there and I was there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not really worried about that. We can easily set it up. But let's get through this vamp scene.
Yeah, we've talked enough about doing the thing that we could or could not do, and we already know that we can or cannot do this thing. So
yeah, we still got off topic, but that's us. This is the way we roll. All the time.
I mean, it wasn't a bad thing to talk about.
It's just, we don't need to talk about something ran out of Wisconsin.
All right, Ryan, I got it. Let's turn you
Hey,
down.
watch for the 28.
No, I thought you advised dispatch to run at 27 out of
I'm turning it down on mine. You guys want to turn down fully? I can.
Yeah, just whatever state it was attached to 28, that's what state. I forgot if it was Washington or Wisconsin.
Once they get done with their little phone call.
Okay, yeah, should be a little easier. All right. But yeah, so Jonathan's like, okay.
Cool.
That name that I gave you is who they're currently investigating. They only got so much information. Apparently, they haven't done any personal recon yet. I think they're going to work on doing that. I think they just wanted to make sure that they covered all the bases before they did the recon. Because, as you know, in this day and age, anybody can make anything up if they know how to work a computer. So they more want to confirm what they want to more confirm what they've been given rather than assume that it's true and then find out otherwise.
That makes sense.
Wait, who are we looking for?
Chase, they're currently, the shifters are currently investigating someone that is a person of interest right now. There's nothing been confirmed yet. There's a lot of suspicion is really all it is. So the shifters are currently working on determining whether or not they need to continue proceeding or if they need to drop that line and move on to the next.
Veronica passes Chase the piece of paper with a name written on it because she's already memorized the name. It's not that hard of a name to memorize.
Yeah, not really. Especially since he's so popular. The name is David Worthington, by the way, Brian.
David Warmington?
Worthington. He's the CEO of the company that's trying to open up a branch in DC.
Is that the bro that was at the club yesterday?
He would be the one that was he would be the one that was dressed in the suit, out of character wise, but yes.
That fucking nerd, I knew it.
He was here yesterday?
Yeah, bro, he was like over there.
Well, then maybe one of you should probably talk to the gang girl because this is their club. They have security cameras all over the place.
Yeah, bro. Get one of those guys here.
Well, I'll let you do that. I need to get back to the bookstore. I just wanted to see what this meeting was about. Since the same shit I already knew, it was kind of a waste of time.
12:20.
Alright, bro.
Alright, guys, I'll let you. Good luck. Please be safe out there. I mean, these primogens seem to be a little lacking in their manners, but I'm sure they do care about their clanmates. I'm hoping they do at least.
11 and 13 will be clear from here.
No big deal if they don't. We profligate. We're profligate, so it's not a big deal.
Alright, well, ladies, it's good seeing you again. Chase, nice seeing you again. You should really be careful what kind of people you hang out with. You discuss smiles. You always meet some interesting ones, I gotta admit.
Bro, why are you coming at me?
I can't
listen, man. People of all races and like genders and types like know how cool I am, and they want to party with me.
Mm-hmm. If you say so, man. Good luck to you guys. He gets up and walks out, just shaking his head.
Isabella is totally checking out his ass while he walks out.
Wow, he's muscular. He stays in shape, definitely.
That bro's kind of like uptight. I think he needs to get laid.
Veronica just looks at Isabella and she's like, huh. Well, I know somebody who looks like they'd be willing to help out with that. And she just claps her hands.
If you need, bro, like, I could set up, like, a kegger, and they could, like, meet, you see where this is going, bro. You got it, yeah.
I feel like that might be
you with my elbow.
a little bit awkward for both of them. I can't really imagine either of them being at home at a kegger. No offense. I just don't think that's what they would want.
Bro, alpha beta keggers are like top notch, bro.
Too funny.
Alpha beta, is that your sexual preference?
No, I am an alpha, bro.
Oh, are you sure? I could have sworn otherwise.
Who's this nerd?
This nerd
Oh, you know
is
what?
none of your business.
All right, dude. Well, you can be a chode over there then.
Oh,
Don't get herpes.
I'm not worried about no herps, bro.
Hmm.
All right, what do you guys do?
I think it may be too late already.
Well, if you two children are done playing cat and cat, then I'm going to go over to them, and she points at the gangrel, and she says, to talk about these so-called security cameras.
Yeah, bro. This is my idea. I'll go talk to him.
Well, then let's go.
All right, I'm gonna walk over to a random gangrel.
Okay. Now
And
you walk over there.
I'm assuming I know at least one that's like in some way involved in the club.
Yeah, you walk over to the Primogen.
Yeah, walk over
Yeah.
with him. I told you I'd
I'm
be
walking
back.
over to.
She looks, well, apparently you brought some company, too. What can I do for you?
did. Well, go on.
So, bro, we were like thinking, and we were like doing this powwow thing here. We were in a huddle, and we were thinking about this guy. And I remember, dude, he was here yesterday, and then the dude was like, "Hey, these guys got cameras here. Can we like check those out?"
Yes.
All right, bro. Let's do this.
Technically, we can. Is there a particular individual you're looking for?
Yeah. Hey, dude, what was David's name again?
Here, just pass her the piece of paper.
Oh, right, I got the paper, bro. Good call. I'm gonna like
She shakes
unscribble
her
it
head.
and hand it to them.
She looks at it. Huh. He's a suspect? She
He's
looks
so-
at it.
You should be able to find him, bro, because like he was like dressed like a total dweeb.
Give me another unit over here.
Well, he's the CEO of a very powerful company. Yeah, he probably did dress rather high-tech for you.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, bro, but cool.
Alright, come on. Let me take you up to our security room. She starts heading for the stairs.
I'm just gonna follow along.
Okay. I assume you two are going to follow along, or
Oh, yeah.
yes, no?
Mm-hmm.
Am I being
you find
taken
out now.
somewhere like where I haven't been before in the club? I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're going to the 5th floor. She's heading for the stairs.
All right, VIP.
Isabella, if you're researching, it's just a frat. It's just a frat located on one of X college, because we haven't figured that out yet. But in DC, there's
Okay.
like 30 colleges, so it's just a frat. That's all it is. They
Okay,
are
she got
known for
location
their,
and everything.
yeah, they are known for their extreme partying and causing a lot of mischief and chaos, but almost everything is swept under the rug because most of the members of Alpha Beta are, you know, they have fathers and, you know, family who are alumni, so, you know, it always is overlooked by the college.
My dad owns a dealership, bro.
As you guys get near the stairs, you see two large individuals kind of step forward. Let me through, boys. Yes, ma'am. They're gargoyles.
As they walk by, Isabella's just gonna like trail her finger along one of their like cheekbones as she walks by and give them like a parting kiss. What's that called? Like when you blow a kiss at him as she walks by.
Yeah. He just kind of smiles and kind of giggles, and he goes, hey, you see that? You see that? He's talking to the other gargoyle, and they're like, here. You guys go up to the 5th floor. It's a little bit different than the rest of the setup of the place. This is not as wide open. There's just a hallway. Down at the very end of the hallway, you see a set of double doors. You see another set of guards. You see them. Hey, look, they're playing cards. See, there's my trademark.
Yes, the cards.
The cards.
But they're playing poker, aren't
Yes,
they?
they're
not
playing
playing
poker.
Go Fish.
These guys play poker. Well, they play various games. But tonight it's poker. She stops at one of the doors to the left. She knocks on it. You hear, "Come in." She opens it up. As you walk into the room, computer screens all over the place. You see every inch of the box is covered. Like they even have on the grounds on the outside. Now, mind you, the box is about, it's about 4 blocks big. So you can imagine how large this property is.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
It's completely
So
covered. I mean, every angle is covered. You can tell they obviously tested it. There's nowhere in the place aside from probably the special room, the embracing or the feeding rooms that aren't covered by camera. My ass is dirty. She walks over to one of the gentlemen. Can you pull up last night? Specifically, look for Mr. Worthington. And you see him typing real quick. You see on, like the middle monitor, shows Mr. Worthington walking in. Follow him all the way through. See if you can determine where he goes and who he meets. You see that it keeps switching camera angles as it continues to follow. Eventually, you see him meet with somebody. Actually, he's meeting with 2 people. Let me get you their pictures.
She's actually going to, Isabella is going to ask if they can screenshot, or she can take a picture of like the screen or something to get pictures of these 2 individuals.
yeah, can you get us files for those?
They nod.
And then as soon as she does, she's doing her thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing that she's doing.
Those 2 faces are who you see him meet with.
Hold on, I can't switch between. I can't. Hold on, dude. Where the fuck are you?
Does it help when I talk?
No, I have to like constantly click between the different pictures, I guess.
You shouldn't have to, unless you're focused on one. That's weird.
I don't know.
I've never used it on a phone, so.
So there's like an ugly dude and a not ugly dude.
Yeah, the Nosferatu. There's a Nosferatu and some guy you don't know. You see as they print up the pictures, you see the picture comes up. Carl, he's one of the Nosferatu, and the other one is an unknown.
Anyone recognize this bro?
No, I've never seen him before.
I'm working on it. And this is like she's going to the clan, just going through the White Candle, like texting her higher ups, trying to see if they have anything in contact with the Nos to get information on this Nosferatu, or at least let the Nosferatu know that the suspect was seen meeting with one of them, if they don't already know.
I thought they knew who the Nosferatu was, and I thought that was Carl.
They do know who the Nosferatu is, and that is Carl. Yes. That information is...
But they might not have known he was meeting.
Yeah, Chase is talking about the creepy guy in the corner. The one with the purple background. That's the one Chase was...
But they might... Yeah.
I'm hoping.
But they might not have known he was meeting with them.
Fucking La Sombra.
I'm not saying one way or the other. You guys don't know.
I don't know. I'm just speculating based on the picture.
Watch, it's like a fucking Malkavian or something, and he did that just to fuck with us.
It could be.
I found a picture that looks like a La Sombra, but I actually made it, a venture. No, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let you guys find out in game. You'll figure it out. That's right. Here's a helpful hint. What is the La Sombra's clan flaw?
It can't be seen in mirrors.
which means they can't be seen in video.
Yeah. So he's not a
So,
Lasombra, obviously.
That
Because
would
we
give you
can see
that
him.
clue, yes. You can see him.
Unless there's a Lasombra there that we can't see right now.
Yeah, there could also be a Lasombra there, and we don't even know it.
That's
because
true.
they can't be
You're only following by
cameras.
camera. No, you know, you can actually see the actual guard actually kind of pans out for the meeting now that you guys got the faces and stuff, and see if he can find a, you know, you actually see him actively looking for a security guard on the floor. He finds one. He goes, that's Zane. He's off and on. He's got weird hours. I can see if we can get a hold of him. Maybe he might have seen if our associate was meeting with anybody else as well. If there was a Lasombra in here, that's a huge problem. But can't hurt to check. He looks at one of his guys. Contact. See if you can get a hold of Zane. See if Zane recalls this meeting.
But Isabella's actually gonna like. Well, I mean, logically, if we can't see them in a mirror, we would still be able to see anything they were holding or see people interacting weirdly. Like, look for anomalies in the video.
Okay. Yeah, he zooms back in. He zooms back in on the group so that way you can focus on. You know, he rewinds directly to where Worthington walks up to them. And then as you go through.
Do you want me to make a
Yep, make a roll.
perception alertness? I'm gathering.
Perception alertness. Yep, for anybody who wants to try and analyze the video.
Perception.
God damn it!
Say.
I have that.
Yes.
William, would you be able to roll for me? I can't do it on mobile.
I can do that.
Roll 4.
Gotcha.
Is this a visually based thing?
It is a visually based thing because there is no sound. All you're doing is looking at the video and trying to see if there's an anomaly that doesn't make sense. Basically, like a cup that's moving by itself, which would lead you to believe that there's a possible Lasombra, or at least somebody who knows how to hide from cameras. Remember, it's not just a clan flaw; it is a possibility for anybody else to get.
That's true. Well, I did okay.
One success. Okay.
Wow.
All you guys can see is it just looks like he's only talking to those two.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I got 5 successes, so
Yeah,
I noticed anything extra.
You're like right up against the screen. You're like, I don't see a fucking thing. No, it just looks like he's talking to the two. Yep.
It's
You
just
know, he rewinded it a couple times just in case. You know, you guys went back and forth, just going frame by frame just in case. Nothing. He is only talking to these two individuals.
Okay.
Although I think
If
that
there
was
is
more
another
out of
person,
character,
there's
like thing
nothing.
that got kind of like confused for character chatter.
Yeah, but I mean, if there is anything else, nothing.
Can we watch more video about the two people that he's meeting with, like what they did either before or after?
You see I assume Chase asked that in character.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know how he would bro ask.
You see the guy he actually brings up on another monitor. He actually brings up on 2 separate monitors purposely. One focused on the guy with the purple background, the other focused on Carl. As it goes through the night, you see, other than the meeting, they pretty much go their separate ways and stay themselves. The gentleman with the purple background, he mingles with a few people, but you can tell it's just more nonchalant mingle, nothing really, brief hi or whatever. Tries to hit on one girl and they turn him down. Carl, however, as soon as that meeting is done, he's gone. He leaves out the back door.
And like, we checked before the meeting, like they weren't meeting with someone before they met with David.
He rewinds, he rewinds all 3 back just to make sure. No. It looks like they all had. You do notice as they're all kind of hanging out in the club, they check their time and they check on their watches, and then they all seem to converge at the exact same time.
Oh, excuse me.
So it looks like this was a predetermined meeting point and time.
Yeah, 2842.
Well, bros.
We can check over the past couple of weeks, see how many times this has happened. See if any of the three have met repeatedly within here. It's kind of stupid since everybody knows this is one of the most secure nightclubs in the world, that they'd want to do meetings where they're on camera all the time. But obviously, I guess they
Maybe
figure
maybe this is a throw off. Maybe one of them met specifically to throw us off with these other two.
could be. I mean, or they figure plausible deniability. One of those, hey, why would we be meeting in a place that's so secure, kind of thing. So I mean, it's hard to tell, but we'll take a look over the next, from the past couple of weeks, and we'll keep an eye out from now on for these individuals.
Great.
As soon as we know something, we'll let you guys know. For now, it just looks like a brief meeting, and then they left. I mean, they all went their kind of separate ways. I mean, we can see Mr. Worthington going right out the front door after the meeting. Carl went through the back route that the Nosferatu use all the time. And this gentleman kind of wandered around for a little bit and then left. I mean, from what it looks like it was intended to be a meeting, quick meeting, and then everybody go their separate ways. That would either lead me to believe that they don't really work well together, or that, they were afraid staying around too long would draw too much attention.
How good is the quality of this video? Like, it's not like read lip clarity, right?
You could read lips if you wanted to.
Well, I don't know how to, but maybe we can find a bro who could.
It'll take some time. It'll take some time. Lip reading is
I'm sure
still most people don't have.
I'm sure there's somebody around who has it though.
Usually
Yeah,
we find it. Usually we find it with people who have a sniper background, who have been a sniper. They tend to learn how to read lips through the scopes to determine, what's going on. So anybody with possible military background that might have been an expert marksman.
Military or like federal law
something
enforcement.
Like that. But I don't know how much we want to touch the federal law enforcement aspect.
Well,
I don't know. I might know a guy.
Oh, it can't hurt. But yeah, like I said, we'll keep in touch. If we find anything else out, if we see they've met more than once here, we'll let you know. But we'll say about the start, so a couple weeks ago, about the start of when everybody started this. We'll see if there's anything that matches up with certain things we do know.
Okay.
or maybe any days like they're noticeably not there. Like, oh, this is the day that X and Y went missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll check any kind of anomaly. Anytime the three are there, or any combination.
Any kind of weird pattern, bro, let us know.
Yeah, it'll take a while, like we said. I mean, this all started a couple weeks ago, so we have to comb through a couple weeks worth of footage. And as you can see, I mean, we're open all the time. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that's a lot of footage.
I just want to let you bros know you got a pretty cool club here.
Well, we try.
You know, I bounced at this place down the street, like, bros. It's pretty cool. So I, really appreciate, what you guys got here.
Yeah, it does protect everybody pretty well. Christina goes, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we need to get going and let these guys get back to their job. They'll put somebody on just looking at footage, so. She escorts you guys back downstairs. If you need anything else, let us know. I mean, you can find one of us here at least at all times.
So, did we have any luck finding out the identity of this person that is the third person using our computer skills?
Purple guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the purple guy, as we're calling him right now. Nothing so far. I'm going to tell you, it's going to take quite a bit to find anything out on it.
So prolonged research kind of thing?
My best recommendation is, now that, because they did give you copies of the pictures of everybody, my best recommendation is to do a book with extended roles.
What's that? I didn't.
Blue book with extended roles involving computer searches.
Okay.
Because you guys do have copies of everybody's face.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into the faces. I'm gonna see if I can get into the CCTV feeds.
Okay.
See if I can find other places these individuals might have been around town.
There you go. There, now you're thinking. Okay. Well, you and Isabel could do it together.
Yeah, I was gonna say
computer skills
we
would
could
be awesome.
combine
That
our
could be a group.
computer skills.
That could be a group blue book. You both roll, say about 10 rolls or so, involving just computer skills.
Oh, hey, bros, you're
Okay.
like good with like computers and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw like this one like episode of like Dateline, and they use like computer stuff to like track cell phones or something.
That's not a bad idea. If we
Yeah,
can
it was
find out their
fucking
cell
cool.
phone, if we can find out their cell phone numbers, then we can track their cell phones through the cell phone towers via triangulation. It'd take a little bit of programming to get it to work, but yeah, it'd totally be doable.
Sweet, we should do that.
I'm making the blue book now.
Like I said, I mean, that could be
Perfect.
a group blue book thing, so you can both get involved. Just do your rolls, and I'll give you the information, assuming no successes are either.
Yeah,
Well, bro, like,
'cause I have-
does anyone know that Carl dude's number? Like, maybe like you could see like what numbers he called before the meeting.
You guys
Yeah,
don't have
for sure.
Carl's number, but you can get a hold of the
Yeah.
Nosferatu. They would have it. He is one of theirs.
Bro,
Are
those
they going to
dudes
give
smell
up that
bad.
information, though? I
Christina
mean,
looks
I
at
guess
you
the only
guys.
way to know to ask.
She hands you number.
What's this?
Wait, who had it?
And that's the number to the Nosferatu Primogen.
Okay.
Risen to be able to
Well,
get you
Carl's
that
not the
information.
Primogen, right?
No,
No.
Carl is just one of the clanmates. The Primogen is Risen. He'll be able to get you that information.
Do we want to involve him?
That's the
You
real
think-
question. If you tell him one of his clanmates may be a suspect in the disappearance of Kindred, they may close off all borders. And believe me, if you think you got computer access, they've been at it much longer than most of us have.
Yeah, bro. Who else would have
They
the
could very well
Primogen?
cut you off.
Do we know who else would have Carl's number?
The sheriffs would have it. The Harpy would have it. But the Harpy obviously is another Nosferatu, so you're giving away. The sheriffs. I mean, we got a Bruhan and Gangrel. Those two, you could probably get that information from.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
the sheriff
sure he
should be
has
used
been to talk
to
to me.
investigation stuff.
I mean, you don't even have to say what it's for. Just say, hey, I need Carl's number. I heard he was the person that. You could lie to him about it. I wouldn't recommend it. Being a Gangrel, I would appreciate you guys not lying to us about what's going on. But I mean, if you tell them, they're just
You think I'm going to lie to a clanmate? I mean, come on.
Well, not only that, you're lying to the sheriffs of the city.
That would just be stupid.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I mean,
dude, I
they
excel at
probably
stupid.
will probably give you access to their networks in order to facilitate finding out more information. Especially if it involves one of our own, so to speak. If a Camarilla member is in league with someone who's trying to remove the Camarilla, that's a bad sign. It basically would classify them as a Sabbat sympathizer. You know how well most of us tolerate that.
That's like
Wow.
not cool.
No, that's almost an immediate final death sentence.
That's you
Bro.
find yourself staked out in the sunlight.
Hmm.
Well, I swear to God, when you see these rolls, I swear to God, these are actually like what I'm rolling. Like, I'm not shitting you. Just so you know.
It does happen every so often. I have seen some pretty epic rolls.
No, like I'm rolling ridiculous. I think My first 3 rolls, I got at least 110 each roll.
Jesus. The dice gods are with you tonight.
Plus, computer aptitude is amazing, so.
Yeah, that does help. If you do have any specialties, remind me in the blue book, because
Yes,
I
I
will
did put that there.
Yeah,
I think
make
the
sure you
only
say,
one I
hey.
had was hacking.
Okay, so you should actually, every time you get a 10, that's a specialty. Boom, 2 successes. Right
So
out.
Joey, are you doing this on your own then? We're not gonna do this.
No, you two can
I'm
team up. I
making
would
it-
recommend you two team up.
What I'm doing is I'm writing the blue book and writing my rules down, and then I'll post it where it's in
Okay.
the group blue book, and then you can add yours to it.
Okay, sounds good.
I will say, if you both try and do it on your own with just 10 rolls apiece, you will not find the amount you need. I don't care how many successes you got.
10 rolls apiece? Is that how many we're supposed to do?
Give or take. I mean, you want to do extended rolls and you want to research. This guy is not going to be easy to find. You're going to have to do a lot of digging.
Right.
But this will definitely help with things down the road. I know 10 rolls. Jesus, Joey.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
7 successes. We're gonna see this is what I have so far.
Jesus. Damn, Joey. We're all them bad boys. Damn.
Damn.
I knew the dice gods are with Joey tonight. Shit.
I made a good hacker.
I should use that website.
388995.
That was 3 times.
388995.
I'm telling you, what website are you using, man? We all need to go to it.
Yeah.
Called
I just use the,
catchyourhair.com.
Catchyourhair.com. What the huh. There we go.
Weird, but
That name makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it definitely makes a lot more sense.
I thought you were thinking hair like somebody's head.
Yes,
Like
somebody's head, yes.
like
I was like, what? That doesn't make sense at all.
That's Clear Valley 417, Mauricia Smith out of Chicago, a green 08 Jeep. His 27s are attached. Yes.
I'll probably just use my dice roller on my tablet. Will, do you want me to screenshot all those, or can I skip screenshotting since it's like 10 fucking rolls? I mean,
Just tell me the rolls, that's all.
okay.
I trust you guys. You guys haven't lied.
28,
Yeah.
25.
I mean, I'll still screenshot it if it's like 3 or less rolls, but if it's
I'm not real
It's a
worried about it.
shitload,
Well, I believe Joey's rolls because
Duck Trail, my Popeyes, Park Village,
right?
11. You can make me primary on this.
Look.
I got a file and a name.
I see you got 2 10s in that one.
yeah,
No, I'm telling you, man. I'm using that dice roll from now on.
How do they not understand that they're on a traffic stop right now? It's very obvious.
The name's going to be last name Robinson.
You're on a traffic stop?
First
They've
name,
been calling
Mary
in plates
Ida,
and
Sam Henry,
fucking
Adam
numbers. What are you talking about?
Middle,
Alright,
12-3 and
is there anything else you guys want to get done in this thing right now, or do you think you guys got? I mean, because you guys are updated on everything that's going on, and basically,
Oh, yeah.
you're getting the job. So, I mean, is there anything
Totally.
else you want to get done?
I want to go find Yas.
By Sean, Mary Ida, Sam Henry, Adam William Nora.
Okay, sorry, Ryan. Even with the turning down, it was still loud in my ear. All right, you're gonna find Yasmin. Hold on. Yeah, I can bring her picture up. Now that I have their names actually put as their picture titles. Yasmin.
Ooh.
You see her just kind of hanging out. She's just kind of watching over, all the little meetings between the clans and stuff.
Hi, Yasmin.
Veronica, how you doing?
Good. We've been doing a little bit of investigating.
Okay. What you need?
We're hoping to get Carl's number.
She looks at you a little curious, but reaches into, her little wallet, pulls out a card. There you go.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully,
Should I ask what that's for? Or is it
well-
better I not know for now?
let's just say hopefully it's nothing.
That usually means it's something. Okay. So maybe I should be keeping an eye out. Okay.
That might not be the worst idea.
Well, Sean
Speaking
about
of
it.
keeping the eye out, here's another individual you should keep your eye out, and she shows Yasmin the picture of the purple guy.
And she looks at him. Why does that face look familiar? Let's see if she can figure it out. Probably not.
Is Chase in this meeting?
Only if he followed Veronica down or to where she was. She remembers.
Isabella followed.
Okay. So, yeah, well, the two girls kind of left you. So, Chase, if you didn't follow them, then you're just standing there looking goofy.
I mean, I'll go talk to this Baybat.
Okay.
Good.
You see her think for a second. That face, I've seen it before. Where did that's where I saw it. He was. We know he's kindred, but we haven't been able to determine what clan.
Huh. Interesting.
He's made brief appearances, but almost never shows up for any meetings or anything. And from every Primogen we've talked to, no one has said they know, they know who this guy is.
So
Oh,
for
He's
no.
like an
our,
unknown kindred in the city, which is dangerous.
so he could be a Sabat, he could be K2, he could be an Anarch.
Yeah, he could be anything. I mean, the problem is nobody's been able to determine it. He never sticks around long enough for, anybody to get any real answers out of him.
That's
He might be one of those
sketchy.
independent bros.
Purple guy.
He could be.
I mean, if he's independent, that's fine, but, at least we'd like to know. It's one of those, as sheriffs, we have to know who's in the city, what kindred are in the city. And I know almost everyone in the city. At least I know their names and stuff and what clan they are. This guy, we don't. Jesus fucking Christ. No, the difficulty's higher than that, by the way. For this information, just FYI. Sorry, I should have said that ahead of time. But you still got enough successes to get you going. And with Josie's, you'll be able to get some intel. Gotcha. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, you've got that posted? Oh, okay.
And we've literally tried to follow him and see where he leads. Maybe it would help us. He's very good. I gotta give him that. He gives us a slip every time. And as you know, Veronica, it's damn hard to slip our watch.
Yes, that's certainly true.
So I mean, we are kind of curious as to who he is. We're suspecting, due to the fact that he's so good at being able to get away from us, that he might be Asmite. But nothing confirmed, so we don't know.
I could see that, but yeah.
I mean, right now he's just an unknown kindred within the city. That's it.
Well, as it is, this is a few too many coincidences from my liking.
It's mine too. I'll have Sean also keep a lookout on things. From the Brewhouse standpoint, since we pretty much control the streets right now. Between us and the brew hall, we'll be able to keep things down to a minimum. I mean, there is a rumor of a Sabat pack floating around the outside of the city, but we have yet to spot them yet. And I don't know if you heard, but Baltimore has fallen to the spot, so that's pretty close to us.
That's unfortunate.
Do we know any dudes from Baltimore that might if he was from Baltimore,
None that
hey,
survived.
that's Baltimore Ted there, bro.
None that survived. Rumors were all the Camarilla in Baltimore were destroyed.
Jeez, TPK.
Whether or not it's true or not, we don't know, but that's the rumors floating around. If there are survivors, they're hiding and laying low. Probably
That's
waiting
not
for the
good.
right time to try and regain power back in the city.
That's a little bit close for comfort.
Yeah, that's why we're all a bit more on edge, especially with the disappearance of Kindred within this city. So it's got us a bit on edge. I actually ended up calling in my sire. She nods over to Cash, and he brought a little extra incentive to help keep the peace, so to speak.
Oh. What's this?
But yeah, so we'll kind of keep an eye out. If I see him again, I'll let you know.
Great.
You know,
You've
maybe
got
we can
my
get.
number, right?
Oh yeah, maybe we can get some kind of. We can eventually break it down and get some kind of location where he might be staying.
Yeah, might have to, I don't know, do some tricky things. Follow this guy regardless what it takes.
Do what we gotta do.
Be careful, though. I have a feeling that whatever we're getting into here, it's going to be pretty dangerous.
Yeah. Everybody watch yourselves. Be careful. As you guys have been told, don't go out alone. Always travel in at least a pack of 2.
The rule of 2, eh?
It's the only way to truly be safe, and even then, that's still questionable. But you know, it's the best we can do right now. We don't have the numbers to travel in larger packs.
I like 6-packs.
She nods, but she looks Isabella nods, but she looks vaguely saddened by the fact that she didn't get her nerd reference.
Alright, well, it looks like everybody's breaking up. I gotta make sure that everything goes okay. You guys are more than welcome to hang around if you want, but they're gonna rearrange everything back to the normal floor level, so.
Right.
Yeah.
AKA, if you guys don't have anything else to do, I'm gonna end the scene. So.
Okay.
I got what you
Well,
meant.
Well, I'm sure everybody else did.
Oh,
Well,
So I'm just going to
Why
assume
not?
you guys go your separate ways.
Do I need you to immediately,
well, I was going to
Yeah,
say,
Isabel will be hunting.
Isabel, Isabel and Jasmine will still meet up at some point in time to do some research
Mhm.
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if anything, they can do it at their havens, just texting each other. Because I assume
Yeah,
Isabella's havening at the Chantry.
that's true. We can do it from our heavens. We don't have to physically be present
No,
together
you
to
don't have to,
cooperate
no,
on something that we're doing over computers.
Yeah, no, you don't have to be physically present with each other to do that. Okay. Then everybody goes their separate ways. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more as the plot continues to get thicker and thicker.